Hello. I haven't posted anything yet, and I apologize for that. But this week and last week and the week before that were so long and so busy that I just haven't had time. In fact, right now I'm studying for chemistry. Yeah. But I'm starting to calm down because things are getting better, and I thought that I would leave a vlog. So, here it goes, and I'll try and think of some interesting things to tell both of you because my life is so interesting. So, Aaron, I thought that you would first think it's interesting that it looks like Flea is leaning in to tell me a secret every time I tell you something, every second, because he's right there with his blue hair. That just rhymed. I'm such a nerd. I'm also just going to tell you stuff whenever I think of it. So this vlog that I'm leaving you is just going to be a bunch of little segments going on through the night at different points of the night. Yeah. Still studying chemistry. Hair's in a bun now. I don't understand any of it. Ah. I want to kill ions and molecules. What is the difference between ions and molecules? I don't understand. Also, how is this going to affect me in my greater use of life and knowledge and such? And I know you two are more into it than me, but I'm just not into it. Not into it. Not into it. Laura, we're screwed. Aaron, you're in a different class, but you're probably screwed too. Maybe you're not. You're smart. I'm taking a little break because this is getting a little too much. All I need to do right now anyways, go over Onokosopo, New Hampshire again, because everything else I kind of either know it or I don't at this point. Anyway, I decided, because I feel comfortable in this environment with you two, that now I'll just tell you about the books that I'm planning on reading, because I have a big old stack that I'm excited about. So right now I'm reading The Godfather, because I hear references to, ooh, sorry, it's backwards on here. Anyway, I hear the references to it all the time in my life, and I feel that it's important to be culturally aware of the things that people bring up in conversation all the time. The Godfather, especially because I love the movie You've Got Mail, and they talk about the Godfather all the time. Red face, shiny. Sorry. The other book that I'm going to read is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, because the movie's coming out soon and I want to see it. Plus the cover's really cool and it looks really good and I want to see it. Read it. Then I'm going to go into some classics. So I'm reading Lolita, a scary book about a scary man liking a really young and promiscuous girl. And then I'm reading The Great Gatsby, and I know that we're reading that in English last year, but I just found that out, and so, but I'm going to read it anyway. Then I'm reading Jane Eyre. I have my mom's edition over there because, I actually saw the trailer for the movie and I wanted to see it. And I'm reading another Fitzgerald book. I'm reading Beautiful and the Damned because it looks delicious. And then I'm reading Emily Bronte, because if I'm reading Charlotte Bronte, then I should probably read Emily Bronte, and I'm reading Wuthering Heights because everybody talks about Wuthering Heights, and I need to read Wuthering Heights. And I'm sure, Laura, you probably read part of Wuthering Heights, and Aaron, you possibly could have also. Then finally, I don't know when I'm going to read this or when I'll have time, but I really want to read the Patti Smith Just Kids book, and Aaron, you should totally read this too because it's all about hippies and New York and music and rock and roll, and it won the National Booker Prize, which is pretty cool that somebody famous like Patti Smith won the award. Anyway, that's what I'm reading. I sound like I'm sorry, I'm out of it. Anyway, those are the books that I'm reading, and I'm really, really, really excited. Sorry, that last smile was kind of creepy. So, I figured to wrap it up, I'll just read you the back of all the books that I'm going to read because, I mean, why wouldn't you want to know about them? And then maybe we can start that book club that we've been talking about doing. So, for The Godfather, which I'm 46 pages into, the back says, more than 30 years ago, a classic was born. A searing portrayal of the mafia underworld. The Godfather introduced readers to the first family of American crime fiction, the Corleones, and their powerful legacy of tradition, blood, and honor. The seduction of power, the pitfalls of greed, and the allegiance to family. These are the themes that have resonated with millions of readers around the world and made The Godfather the definitive novel of the violent subculture that, steeped in intrigue and controversy, remains indelibly etched in our collective consciousness. It's very Italian, which totally works for me. The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald's third book, stands as the supreme achievement of his career. The exemplary novel of the Jazz Age has been acclaimed by generations of readers. The story of the fabulously wealthy Jay Gatsby and his love for beautiful Daisy Buchanan of lavish parties on Long Island in a time when New York Times was noted gin was the national drink and sex the national obsession. Ooh. It is an exquisitely crafted tale of America in the 1920s. The Great Gatsby is a true classic of the 20th century literature. Ooh. This is my copy of Jane Eyre. It's really old, so it doesn't have a back, and it doesn't have a plot detail. In fact, all of these illustrations were originally wood carvings. But I saw the trailer, and you should watch the trailer on iTunes so that you know what the book will be about. It looks really good and really scary at the same time. And finally, the Patti Smith book, which has it on the inside. It was the summer Coltrane died. The summer of love and riots, and the summer when a chance encounter in Brooklyn led two young people on the path of art, devotion, and initiation. Patti Smith would evolve as a poet, a performer, and Robert Mapplethorpe would direct his highly provocative style towards photography. Bound in innocence and enthusiasm, they traversed the city from Coney Island to 42nd Street, and in 1969 the pair set up camp in the infamous Hotel Chelsea. It was a time of heightened awareness when the worlds of poetry, rock and roll, art, and sexual politics were colliding and exploding. In this milieu, fueled by their mutual dreams and drives, they would prod and provide for one another during the hungry years. Just Kids begins a love story and ends in elegy. It serves as a salute to New York City. During the late 60s and 70s, to its rich and poor, its hustlers and hellions. A true fable, it's a portrait of two young artists sent in a prelude to fame. Wow. So as you can see, I have a bit of light reading to do, but I will say, because of my nerdiness, it's all by choice, and I feel like it's really cool that I'm finally reading stuff that now I know that I can appreciate. That's my nerdy insight for the night. So there's my first vlog. Yay! I hope you liked it, and I'll see you both tomorrow. So, bye! And side note, Laura, I watched vlog number 3. For Christmas, you're not supposed to ask for things that are useful. You're supposed to ask for things that are fun and not necessary, because that's the whole point of Christmas. You get things that you want that you wouldn't normally get, because see, you can buy things that you need all the time, but you can't buy things that you don't need all the time. It's sort of the magic. Another creepy smile, I'm sorry.